I want to talk to you about something very, very serious. And we need to be looking at the data that I'm going to present to you today. And it has everything to do with a rigged election, but not a rigged election in Hillary Clinton's favor. In fact, quite the opposite. We've looked at exit polls, and a number of data analysts have looked at exit polls from the November 8th presidential election. There are four key battleground states that Hillary Clinton ultimately lost according to the vote counts, but won according to the exit polls, okay? North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Florida. Had Hillary Clinton won those states, she would have won the presidential election. Hillary Clinton also won the national exit poll by 3.2%. But as you've been probably seeing, she is only ahead in the popular vote, which she did win by somewhere around half a percentage point. Let me give you some of the numbers, and then we're really going to dig into this. And stay with me because this is absolutely huge. Greg Palast is flat out saying this election was stolen from Hillary Clinton. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I want to present the data to you, and then we'll hear what you have to say and what else comes of this. Exit polls were done in 28 states. In 23 of those states, the discrepancy between the exit poll and the actual reported vote count favored Donald Trump. So when we look at exit polls versus reported vote counts, in 5 states, it was an error or a discrepancy, we will call it, or an inaccuracy in Hillary Clinton's favor. In 23 of those 28 states, it was a discrepancy in Donald Trump's favor. And in 13 of those 23, the discrepancy exceeded the margin of error of the exit poll. Now, some people might be saying, David, we can't trust polls. Look at what happened before the election. You are fundamentally misunderstanding how exit polls are done. Exit polls have nothing to do with pre-election opinion polls about who people say they're going to vote for, likely voters, registered voters. Exit polls are widely considered to be accurate, absolutely within the margin of error. Let's take a look at this image from TDMS Research, okay? And if you're not watching, I'll basically tell you what are the key issues here. If you look at North Carolina, you will see in the third column that Donald Trump lost North Carolina by 2 in the exit polls, yet won by 3.8 in the vote count. That is a 5.8 point swing relative to the exit polls. Is this proof of some kind of fraud? Well, no, it isn't, but that's a big difference. Look at Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, Trump lost by 4.4 in the exit polls, but won by 1.1 in the vote count. That is a 5.5 percentage point swing. Look at Wisconsin, where Donald Trump lost by 3.9% in the exit polls and won by 0.9%. That is a 4.8% swing. And Florida, which is often one of the closest of all states, Donald Trump lost by 1.4% in the exit polls, won by 1.3% in the vote count. That is a 2.7 swing. Now, this isn't my opinion or that of anybody in particular. When the vote count varies from the exit polls by more than the margin of error, it is considered an indicator of election fraud or irregularities. This is not David Pakman saying it. This is not Pat Ford saying it, although by all means I'll allow him to say it if he wants to. This is the U.S. Agency for International Development, which actually states in last year's booklet, a discrepancy between the votes reported by the voters, which is what exit polls are, and official results may suggest that the results have been manipulated. I want to get out ahead of one reaction from right-wingers that there will be, which, as I mentioned before, the pre-election polls were wrong. How can we trust exit polls? A trumpeter that I personally know over the weekend, Pat, said to me, the exit polls are bogus. Look at the pre-election polls. An exit poll is conducted completely differently than opinion polls. It is two different things, and exit polls historically have been very accurate. If you look at Florida in 2000, if you adjust for the 181,000 rejected ballots by Katherine Harris, the exit polls were spot on in how they differed from what was the official vote count. And there are many examples. Ohio in 2004. This is a real concern, Pat.
This is really the irony of all ironies, right? Because Trump beforehand was saying that the election was going to be rigged.
Yeah, might have been.
But you're not going to see Hillary Clinton do that. I mean, she's not going to question the integrity of the vote after the fact.
No, and it's going to depend on people like us and people like those in our audience and the bloggers that are starting to look at this to investigate, because the numbers are very, very suspect. Let me know your thoughts. Take a look at the data. We're linking to it in the description to this YouTube video. If you're listening on the radio or watching on TV anywhere else, you can find this YouTube clip on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/The David Pakman Show. Look at the data yourself. These are irregular, highly irregular results, and they are mostly in states where there was surprise about what the official vote totals were. And of course, we know about all sorts of people scrubbed from the voter rolls in one of these states, North Carolina. We've got all sorts of reports about very weird things going on. Lo and behold, we've got exit polls, historically dead accurate exit polls that really don't make any sense. Let's look into this. Let's keep in touch about this. Omaha Steaks sent me a great package of steaks, and it was really tremendous. I mean, big league, guys. I'm really talking about it here. I shared it with my friend Evan, who is sort of a connoisseur, and he really enjoyed it. And it is so convenient to go on the Omaha Steaks website and for $49.99, get the family gift pack. When you enter the code PAKMAN in the search bar, you get 77% off the gift pack. And just for our listeners, for under $50, you get 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 burgers, a 12-ounce package of all-beef meatballs, and of course, you need the fixins, including potatoes au gratin, caramel apple tartlets, and the Omaha steak seasoning that many people are aware of. People are talking these days. I've heard from any number of people about that. Go to omahasteaks.com, enter my code PAKMAN in the search bar, and add the family gift pack. Add it to your cart, 77% savings. It is a great gift as well.